I recently made a video showing how I roast and freeze peppers, and someone asked me where I got my freezer containers from. So I thought that I should make a video about this because they are such good containers and they are a fantastic deal. And I want to say up front that I'm not affiliated with any of these companies or anything like that, and I'm going to put links in the description box where you can go look at it yourself if you like. And I don't get anything if you click on it, nothing like that. Just being a good neighbor here and telling you about some great deals. Okay, these are the containers. I have the half pints and the pints that I bought from a place called Webstaurant. And I think they're in Pennsylvania, but I believe they have about 6 other locations that they ship from. So you might get a pretty good shipping deal out of it if you live close to one of those locations. I'm not sure how that works, if they try to ship this stuff from the closest location or what, but it might help. It might be that the shipping costs will be too much for you. I don't know. But these are the containers, and they are microwavable, and they're freezer safe and dishwasher safe. And I've had these for a couple years now. I didn't just buy these. They hold up extremely well, and they come, you can buy them separately if you like, the bowls separate and the lids separate or whatever. And I bought the combo pack because they're like a restaurant supply. They come in very large quantities. And I bought a case of the half pint containers. These are the 8-ounce containers, and you get 240 bowls and 240 lids for $22.49. You can't hardly buy a single Tupperware bowl for that these days. And to give you an idea of how they come, here's the box they came in. You get 240 of them. And they're in like sleeves. This is a sleeve of lids. And this is a sleeve of the bowls. And like I said, I bought a case of the half pints and a case of the pints. And the pints, well, you get 240 bowls and 240 lids for $25.99. Of course, if you bought more, the more you buy, the cheaper it gets. But I don't know who in the world can use more than 240 of them. And I also bought something similar, but I'm not that thrilled with the quality of these. I bought these from a different place. I bought these at a store in Rocky Mount, North Carolina, that's called Fred's Food Club. And they are like a restaurant supply store for small restaurants. Like if you had a hot dog stand or something like that, you could just go into Fred's. There's no membership fee required, anything like that. They have one in Rocky Mount, North Carolina. They have another one in Wilson, but I don't believe they sell online or anything like that. But I know that some of you live in that vicinity, so you might be interested if you haven't heard of it. But you can get containers like this. That's where I get these quarts from. And like I said, they're not as good a quality, and they say they're microwavable and they're dishwasher safe, top shelf dishwasher safe. And the lids that I have here fit as well, but Fred's also sells lids to go with it. But I believe these were about, I want to say a little under $3 for 25. So that's not a bad deal either if you live near Fred's Food Club. Another thing that I bought from Webstaurant are these plastic bags. I bought them because I make my own bread, and it's difficult to find a good way to store the bread after you make it. And these are like bread bags. Let me see if I can open them up here. There's 1,000 in a box, 1,000. And as you can see, they're like little brick bags. A loaf of homemade bread fits in here perfectly. The bread bags were 1,000 for $14.49, and they come in handy for like everything. You can put a load of stuff in these bags. So that's another thing. And then I also bought a box of little twist ties to go with the bags. I don't remember how much that was. And another thing that I bought from them that I really love are these pans. I've mentioned these baking pans in other videos long ago, and there were large ones that I bought from Sam's Club. Well, this place also sells those pans. They're like commercial baking pans, and this is the quarter size, which I generally use more. There's just the two of us. So I bought them from Webstaurant, but Sam's Club also sells these quarter size pans now. But the great thing is Webstaurant sells lids that will fit on these pans, and it fits nice and snugly. And it really comes in handy because I'll make, a pan full of biscuits. Two of us can't eat the whole pan. So I put the lid on it and just leave it sitting, and they're nice and fresh the next day. These lids are good quality plastic. I've used these over and over, and they held up well. I don't have a dishwasher, so I don't know how well they would survive a dishwasher. But I like these because you can, if you have several pans, you can stack them. If like at Christmas time when you make a lot of cookies, you can store them in these pans and just stack them up, and it's a real space saver. So I highly recommend these lids. These lids are $2.19 a piece, and the pans are $3.29. But if you're a member of Sam's Club or live near one, you might be better off buying them from Sam's. I'm not sure how much they are, but due to the weight and the shipping costs, it might work out better buying them from Sam's. Like I said, I'm not affiliated with Webstaurant. Just trying to tell you how to get a good deal. Oh, and another thing about these containers that I love is that they are watertight. I have this half full of water and they do not leak. A great thing about having these freezer bowls is that once you have them, you won't spend so much money on freezer bags or on plastic wrap, because you can store this stuff in the refrigerator too. It's a big space saver in the refrigerator, being that they're stackable. Also, I have food in the freezer that I've kept for well over a year in these containers, and they never get freezer burn. It's so much easier to keep your freezer organized, especially if you have an upright freezer. I'll show you a picture of mine, but it's a mess. But believe me, it'd be a heck of a lot worse if I didn't have these containers. See, what I did was, as the old stuff was used in the freezer and you freeze the new stuff, you eventually end up with a nice organized freezer with these containers. I'm not completely organized yet. So that's the deal I wanted to tell you about, and that's where I got the freezer containers. I hope it helps.